The Islamic Agenda, Part 1, Patterns of Power. I'm Olivia Hatcher, bringing Part 1 of our special report, The Islamic Agenda. History doesn't move in straight lines. It coils, it collapses, it resurfaces. And across 650 years of shifting borders and broken empires, one influence keeps returning, not as shadow, but as structure. Islamic expansion isn't a tale of one empire or one leader. It's a pattern, a recurring rhythm of movement and momentum tied to opportunity and the loss of order. From the deserts of North Africa to the gates of Vienna, from the deltas of Bengal to the arches of Andalusia, Islam grew not just where it was invited, but where the world cracked open. Empires fall, systems dissolve, borders weaken, and in those moments the call to prayer echoes not just through minarets but through the void itself. We see the echoes now in cities far from where they began, what we call migration, others have called memory. What we call pattern, some may see as purpose. This is not about fear, it's about recognition. We're tracing the shape of something that never claimed to be hidden. Expansion didn't always arrive with a whisper. Sometimes it thundered across valleys, on horseback, with banners raised. But not all influence is violent. For every blade drawn, a scholar opened a book. The early Islamic empires understood the balance. The sword protects, the scroll preserves, and when paired, they endure. The Ottomans funded libraries beside their armories. The Mughals penned poetry while commanding armies. Across West Africa, Islam moved with merchants, not armies. It didn't conquer, it embedded. In time, it became clear Islam's expansion was never just a campaign of war. It was a strategy of presence. Two blades, one for war, one for memory. History rarely asks permission before it collapses. It just breaks, suddenly, violently, or quietly over time. When empires fall, they don't take everything with them. They leave behind power vacuums, space without structure, law without order. And those vacuums rarely last long. Where kings and governments fade, new authorities emerge, and often they are religious. After the Byzantine collapse, the Ottomans didn't just take territory, they brought a system, one that offered stability, law, and identity in the ruins. In the ashes of British India, the Deobandi movement grew not from conquest, but from structure. In post-Ottoman Arabia, Wahhabism wasn't just a theology, it was a framework. This is not an accident. It's what systems do. They find broken ground and build. And in the absence of something stronger, faith becomes the foundation. When conquest slowed, migration continued, not through war, but through families, tradesmen, and quiet crossings. Wherever Muslim communities settled, they built mosques, schools, halal economies, not just places of worship, but frameworks for identity. From the Middle East to Europe, from North Africa to North America, immigrant communities recreated the world they knew within the borders of a world they were learning. Over time, these clusters became something more, miniature societies with their own legal customs, cultural codes, and spiritual infrastructure. This wasn't isolation, it was preservation, an effort to hold on to identity, not just for the present, but for the generations to come. And slowly, across cities and continents, a quiet shift began to take root, not through force, but through familiarity. In cities once untouched by Islamic influence, new rhythms began to emerge, not through conquest, but through continuity. In London, in Paris, in Minneapolis, the call to prayer echoes beside courtrooms and ballot boxes. A quiet tension grows between faith and law, custom and constitution. Sharia arbitration panels now settle civil disputes. Cultural pressure challenges secular norms. The line between religious life and public policy blurs. And as generations turn over, what was once foreign becomes familiar, not only to migrants, but to the nations absorbing them. This is not a warning, it's a recognition. The foundation has already been set. But what keeps it growing? What reignites it century after century? That is the engine we confront next. You're watching Cookies Fables by Norris DePaulo, where truth cuts through the noise and the conversations actually mean something. But what you will see here, that's just the tip of the iceberg. For behind-the-scenes content, exclusive deep dives, and the unfiltered discussions we can't always air here, head over to our Patreon page. Right now, membership is completely free, so now's the time to jump in. Join the conversation and become part of a growing community that's not afraid to ask those hard questions. You'll find the link in the description and pinned comment. Just tap it and you're in. That's patreon.com/cookiesfables by Norris DePaulo. Don't wait. The truth doesn't hold back, and neither do we.